Hey guys, welcome back to the shop for our next installment of the welding table project. So I've decided to go ahead and start on the tube that's going to be machined and welded to the base plate, that the plate you've already seen me work on and put the casters on. That's going to be this piece here. This is the 4x6 steel tubing that I mentioned in the past. So this piece here is this is a drop that has been around our shop for several years now. It's something that I've been holding on to, and it's going to be a nice piece to use for the table. Nice and heavy, so it adds some weight to it. And this piece here is the bushing material that I'm going to use. This right here is some 3x4.5, and we're going to machine about half of that for the bushing that's going to press into here. So this is the length that we're going to use. I'm going to face it. It's going to be 18.5 inches long, and as I said, you got a 4-inch bore, but this is sort of like a rough bore. So I'm gonna bore this true and get it nice and cleaned up and have a nice clean straight bore, and then we'll machine the bronze bushing for a light press fit into there. And we'll also come down here, remember my little T-handle that I said I'm going to make. We're going to come down here once we get through machining it, and we're going to drill and tap us a hole somewhere in this area here, probably about 7.5 inches or so from the end. And I'm still working on the design for the T-handle, but I'm thinking about, I got a little bit of this 1.25 inch stress proof. I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to use yet or not, but I thought that would be nice and beefy to machine that, and actually turn it and thread it for, like, say maybe 1 8", you know, 1 inch coarse thread, where it'll screw into there, and cross drill it here and make another little T-handle that'll press in, basically like a little mini you know, chuck wrench. So I'm still playing with ideas on that, and we'll get to that later. But so today we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this set up in the Monarch. We'll use the steady rest that, you know, we fixed up so that we can use over there from the Victor lathe, and we'll set this thing up and get it trued up, face the ends, and bore it for a bushing. All right, so let's get started on it. Okay, I just lugged this big old heavy piece of tube over here. I haven't indicated it yet. I just got it set in there and tighten up the chuck. You can see I'm off center a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get this indicated, and once I get it indicated running true, I'm going to cover up the ways here and go ahead and give this outside a nice little polish to clean it up. You see we've got some old packing tape on here still from when it was shipped. And we'll get it cleaned up, and then we'll start some machine work. I'm going to go ahead and use the brand new Noga that Avi had sent me from Noga. First time I'll be using it right here. Yeah, I'm off quite a bit, but that's no problem. We'll get her. All right, let's see. It's sort of in between, so we're gonna have to go both ways. Sometimes when you loosen them up, when they're hanging out like that, they'll try to fall a little bit. If you get it tight enough the other way, it sometimes won't do that. Okay. Pretty close already there. Okay. I can tell it's not perfectly round, but that shouldn't be a problem. We're probably going to have to come in here. If it's not round, I might have to do a little bit of machine work on it. I mean, we may even just skin it. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Finished getting her screwed up here. Yeah, it's definitely not perfectly round. Alright, that's putting us within 5 thousandths of being in the center on this end. So we're going to come down here and I'm going to bump this end around and get it running in the center now also. You can see I'm still kicked off at an angle. So just use my lead. I think what we'll probably end up doing is making a skin cut on this piece so that we've got a nice true OD all the way down it. And what we'll do is we'll get this end faced, we'll skin it, and then we'll flip the part around and indicate it again. Now we're going to come back to this end and get it centered up again. Okay, I went ahead and got her trued up. I had to do a little bit more bumping on this end. We've got it running nice and true now. And what I want to do is I want to come in here with this threading tool, because it's a 60-degree tool, and I'm going to just very lightly touch this edge because we don't want to kick it out. We want to just true that up, because what I want to do is come in here with my bell center and hold this in so that we can turn this OD true. So basically what I'm doing right now is just cutting a little center on the end right here. I don't want to hit it hard. Just want to touch it. Basically just letting that tool rub a little bit. Okay. Alright, that's good. It's cut all the way around it, so we've got a center cut there now. Alright, we got our bell center up in the end, and I'm going to use a WNMG tool, and we're just going to make a nice skin cut all the way down to clean it up. Run about 319 RPM, 10 thousandths feed rate. You know, the diameter of this is not critical at all, but let me get a mic. I'm just curious as to what it is. I just want to see if it's over or under or what. Yeah, it's right on it. It's about 2 thousandths under right there. Right there, it's about 5 under, so it's definitely not round, and it's a little off in size. All right, so just to clean it up, I think I'll take 20, and I think that'll get it. But I can be wrong. See the low spots? Let's go ahead and dial in a little more. I'll just take another 20, so that's 40 thousandths. Alright, that's looking good so far. Alright, we'll let that tool run down the length of it. Alright, coming up on our end of our cut here. I'm going to back out. And you can see in the middle there we've got a spot that didn't clean up. I believe I'm just going to leave that alone. I don't think I want to take another cut across it there. You can see a few spots. I don't know. That one little spot there is kind of deep. I guess on second thought it probably would be better, because it's kind of like almost like a flake right there, like it could peel up. I can see some more spots in there that just barely did clean up. And there's a spot right there. Alright, I guess we'll take another cut across there then. Make it look better anyway. Guess we'll try 30, see if it'll clean up. Alright guys, we got a nice finish on there now, and it cleaned up all the little low spots and imperfections. I mean, you can see a couple, but come on, it looks good. Alright, so our next thing, I hit a little chamfer. We're going to go ahead and move the steady rest back, and we're going to, I'm sorry, the tailstock. We're going to set up the steady rest now. Alright, so we got to, what we want to do is make sure that we got our ways cleaned off, that there's no chips that we're going to set the plate down on. I'll give it a little wipe, and then I'll make sure all the dust is off of it. That should be good there. Okay. All right. So all we're going to do is just make a face cut on this end, chamfer the edges, and then this side will be done. right, need to do a little bit of deburr, and it's kind of a sharp edge there. Okay, I think this end's done. We'll go ahead and get ready and flip her around. Alright guys, I'm getting ready to face this other end to the length, and then we'll bore it after that. So obviously I've already flipped it around. I've already got it indicated. Wasn't nothing to it. Flip around and indicate this side. One thing I'll point out, I've got my copper soft jaws under it on this side here, and I went ahead and bumped it around a little bit on this end to make sure it was running nice and true, and it was on center line. Had to do a minor adjustment on the steady rest. It wasn't much at all. So I've got a 24-inch scale here, and what I want is 18.5-inch total length. So I'm reading 18 and 11/16 right now. So we've got 3/16 to face off of it. And this kind of steady rest setup, I'll have to keep monitoring the top jaw here, since it's a friction jaw, because this is going to try to swell a little bit, and they can get tight on you, so you got to keep watching that. I just moved in a 16. It's going to be a little bit too much to handle there, so I'm going to back off. I'm going to back off to 40, see how it handles that. Well, no complaints anyway. Should have been about 1/8 of an inch. All right, just squaring the scale up against the end there, and we still got 1/16 of an inch. So. All right, got bar set up, and I've already got the depth set. And what I've done, the depth on this isn't real critical. I want it 6 inches, and I just put my 6-inch scale up here and hook the end of the insert, make me a really light scratch on the bar, and then come down here and eyeball it with the face and set a 0. You know, and I can check that with some calipers later to make sure that I'm deep enough. And then, you know, if I'm a little past that, it doesn't really matter. I can make the bushing whatever the depth is that I bore this to. So we're just going to clean the bore up, we'll try to hit a nominal size to make it, you know, an even number, but we just want to clean it up. I'm going to start with about 30 and just see what it does, because it's right at 4 inches now. getting pretty close. Definitely got to take some more. Let me get my calipers. Yeah, so we're just over 4 inch now. It's at about 7 thousandths over. So I'm thinking that we can probably bore this to 4 1/16 and it'll clean up nice. I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to take another 30. And I'm going to go ahead and let it make a cut. Okay, I'm getting about 1/1000 taper. So right now I'm about 29 thousandths over 4 inches. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take it to 4 1/16. So we need, you know, probably around 32 thousandths or so. I'm just going to, I want to take a light cut, and then we'll take a finish cut. You know, this is my own job, so I'm not in no big hurry. I'm not trying to rush through it and get it done. But I'm going to use some of my cutting oil here because that always helps inside these bores. Alright, it's not getting hot. I mean, there's a little warmth to it, but it's not overheating on the steady rest here. I just want to check to see about where I'm at. Okay. I'm gonna have to make another cut like I had planned there. We'll make a finish cut. Very nice. So far I'm only getting about 1/1000th difference using a telescope gauge. But I'm gonna have to take a break for now. It's actually Christmas Eve right now, and we're getting ready to go out to the folks' house. So I'm going to go ahead and stop and go celebrate some Christmas time, guys. We'll be back to this and get it finished up.